Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is December 6, 2018, and today is Thursday morning. So looking at the major economic events of the day happening all day today, OPEC meetings are happening. We'll take a look at the price of oil, what we could expect it from today. And then later in the day, at 3:35 South African time, out of Canada, we have the governor of the Central Bank of Canada, Poloz, will be speaking, so that's a major event. We'll take a look at the Canadian dollar as it broke out resistance versus the US dollar. Now, taking a look at the markets at large, if we look at the Forex symbols, the dollar consolidating against the general market at the bottom of the range. Dollar got a lot stronger as the Dow Jones has sold off. And speaking of the Dow, this morning the Dow broke 25,000 with a gap down at 24,600-ish level. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. And then lastly, in terms of commodities, gold retraces back to support from 1240 to 1236. And let's see what we can anticipate there as well. So we're taking a look here at the Euro USD. As you can see, we had this resistance level of 1420-ish level, and we've retraced since then and consolidated down here at 13-ish level. The reason I say 13-ish level, 113.20-ish level, is as the dollar has gotten stronger, the Dow Jones got weaker, and we know that they have an inverse relationship. Now, I wouldn't say that, to pick this up a little bit to buy into this bottom of the range would be such a bad trade. I think that would actually be warranted. In terms of which particular symbol to get into first, if you look at the Aussie dollar, that's probably the largest one that retraced the most, okay? And it's usually the most volatile one. We're looking at a daily chart. If we look at a 4-hour chart, you could see that massive retracement from 73.90 down to 72.20-ish level. It's 170 pips. So, for the Aussie dollar is probably your go-to against the US dollar. So I do anticipate a little bit of a bounce today. So let's see if we do get that and it consolidates in this area. However, the only one particular symbol that's getting massively weaker versus the US dollar is the Canadian dollar. Now, we're looking at a weekly chart, so you can't really see it very well. But if we look at a 4-hour chart, you could really appreciate that. At 133.27, we broke that resistance, as you can see, right about right there, okay, and then break it to the 134-ish level. Now, the next real resistance level is 135-ish level. So we've got some weight on the upside to actually continue going. Now, this, of course, is on the back of the new NAFTA deal between the United States and Canada and the price of oil actually selling off. So keep an eye on this later today to see if it does continue, and possibly if Governor Poloz could bring anything positive in the background of it to try and consolidate it, to try and curtail some of the depreciation of the Canadian dollar. Now, jumping into gold, as you can see, we're back at this 1236-ish level. Previous resistance, possibly subsequent support, as you can see right there. So this is really a very major level right here. So I'd like to see it actually hold this line to give me a little bit of a confirmation of possibly it could go up higher going into the next session into next year. Now, jumping into oil, we've been trading between this 50-ish level and 54-ish level and just consolidating around this area, and everybody's keeping an eye on OPEC to see if they're going to stop production in order to increase the price of oil. So keep an eye on that later today and keep your eyes glued to the news to see if we get any direction there. Now, jumping into the Dow Jones, we've, right now we're looking at as it already bounced, but as you could see, we had this massive gap down this morning. The news outlets are saying it's because that the United States had enforced on Canada to take the CFO of Hawaii, which is a major Chinese mobile company, into custody, okay, into jail. So I'm not really sure that that's the case, but whatever it is, we've actually gapped down massively here, and we look like we're going to correct this, okay? I would fade this. I would actually look to buy here around this area to see that we do close this gap, because, going into the end of the year, this has gotten beaten up well enough over the past couple of weeks. I mean, this is massively just, so much volatility. It's unbelievable, okay? So keep an eye on this to see if that actually frustrates later today and gives us some sort of direction there. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.